everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, hello, my name is Sam and it is lovely to meet you. If you're not new around here, welcome back to the fun house. As always, I will be filming with the baby in the background. I do apologise about that. She lives here, can't be helped. But yeah, let's dive into March's eyeshadow palettes. I'm really excited. I really did struggle. I've moved these around quite a few times. I'm happy with where I've put them at the moment. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to change it again. If you are interested in watching me rank some eyeshadow palettes that I tried throughout the month of March, then please stick around. Please don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future uploads. I do have 8 eyeshadow palettes, but I will do one as like a joint, so technically it's 7. I just want to say there's good and bad things about each of these palettes this month. It's only the top one that I don't think I've actually found any faults with as of yet. But the rest have a lot of good and bad qualities. So yeah, let's just dive straight into it. And coming in at number 7 is going to be the Too Faced Italian Spritz. This is my first ever Too Faced eyeshadow palette. I love the metal packaging. I absolutely love the colour story. It smells beautiful. And I think I've done a total of like 3, maybe 4 looks. That is a child's toy. Maybe 4 looks with this eyeshadow palette. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I've definitely done 3. And I think that they are all on my YouTube. I believe that I think I've done a video with the 3. I did like a first impressions and then I did 2 looks, 1 palette. Some of the shades are a little bit similar for my liking. I think these 2 are very, very similar. I don't think there's a... Why is there not a blue matte when we have 1, 2? This is like a really dark but kind of navy. This one is just a little bit lighter than a navy, and we have no blue matte to kind of correspond with it. I was a little bit confused. I'm not 100% always a warm tone colour lover. I do love this colour story though, I really do. And the mattes in here are so buildable, blendable. They're really, really soft. The shimmers are to be desired. They're not like super shifty, super sparkly. Again, these 2 shimmers are very, very similar. They're nice on the eye, but they're just not what I love, especially testing some of the other brands that are coming up. Being at number 6, I think this might be a bit of a surprise to everybody. It is the Olden's Eye Planet Spirit Batty Bean palette. I just haven't created a look with this palette that I've loved. I really haven't. I think I might have used this one twice. Once in a look. I might have used it more than twice actually. I might have used it twice here on YouTube. I think I've just used it here twice on YouTube. Yeah, and the shimmers aren't the best one in this palette. We'll talk about the other 2 coming up a little bit later. I feel I don't get inspired when I open it, if that makes sense. It's a beautiful, beautiful colour story, and again, the mattes are impeccable. The shimmers are... They're not their best Olden's Eye quality, but I find that with some Olden's Eye, they're hit and miss with their shimmers. Sometimes you can get a palette that's full of beautiful shimmers. Sometimes you can get a few duds. They're just very softly pigmented. They're just not as pigmented as I would personally like in a palette. So yeah, unfortunately that one is coming in at 6th place. In at number 5, this was the first time trying this brand, so it was new to my collection. It was their newest palette. It is the Fantasy Cosmetica Rogue palette. I love the packaging and I really do love the colour story. The mattes are a little bit on the drier side in my personal opinion, and I found that when I've paired some of these shimmers together, they're very, very similar. There isn't too much of a difference when especially all of these top 3, to be quite honest. This one's probably the only one that's really, really different. When you put all of these 3 on the lid, there isn't that much of a difference, to be quite honest, and it's such a shame. I think the multi-chrome in this is definitely more like that bluey purple, so when they go on the lid they look very, very similar. They are a little bit crumbly to go on my inner corner, but they are so beautiful. They don't crease on me. I've had no problems with the palette. It's just the fact that I just wish there was more of a difference in that shimmer. But 10 out of 10 because I really do enjoy this. I can't wait to see what else they come out with. In at fourth place, this is the one that I'm going to be ranking as a double, a duo. This is the, again, new to my collection. I got these on Mother's Day. These are the Game Beauty Persona 5. My boyfriend is a huge Persona 5 fan, so he brought these. I think he technically wanted to get them for Valentine's, but with shipping to the UK, he kept them and put them on my Mother's Day present, bless him. And, oh God, and when I opened them, I was a little bit like, I don't think I'm going to like them. This is the Metaverse palette. Again, very warm toned. So it's not normally my typical colour story. And then this is Phantom Thieves. And this is very, very bright. It's very, very beautiful. And I've used these twice. I haven't done a YouTube video just on them because I just thought they were a little bit older. I'm not too sure if they would get any love or not. So I used them once and then I did an Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of that good stuff on them. And I've got to say they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. The quality on them is 10 out of 10. They aren't my typical colour story. So that is why they probably aren't ranking that a little bit higher, but they don't crease on me. These shimmers do not crease on me. They are so beautiful. I just want to show you this. I just thought this was like a typical blue shimmer. I just thought, oh, Yusuk. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But it's got like a purple duochrome to it. It's so, I don't even know if that's going to show up on camera. I do apologise if it doesn't, but it is absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to use the rest of it. Also, my favourite shade I think in this one was quite a surprise to me. It was Cruiser of Pride. Again, quite a deep shade, a different formula to the other one because it's more like, can you just see I use these two together in a look? Honestly guys, 10 out of 10. I definitely will be picking up something else from their collection whenever they bring out something new. I think the packaging is beautiful, even though I'm not a gamer or don't even understand the game, and when my boyfriend plays it, I absolutely flipping hate the music, but he says every time I wear these I will always think of him, and that is very, very true. In at third place is the Flora Story Palette. This was Old and Side collaboration with Amanda Makeup Just For Fun. This is beautiful. The mattes in here are a little bit more of that buildable formula, which I think is great for beginners. Yeah, I've created two stunning looks with this. I absolutely love this shade up here. What is that one? Magnolia. It's so pretty. I don't really like this sort of formula when they do this like putty shade. It's just, yeah, it's not exactly easy to pick up on a brush, but I do love these other shimmers out here. Those are stunning. The only thing that ranks it a little bit lower is obviously is a little bit more of that buildable. You don't get the pigment straight away, but when you do, it's very, very beautiful. These collaborations were amazing. At number 2, I've tricked you all today because this is the palette that I have on my eyes. Normally I would put my number 1 on my eyes, but I thought if I put number 1 on my eyes, I think you're going to guess what it is. So I put number 2 on. Now I didn't expect this to go at number 2, just because I used it the first time and I loved it. I really loved it. I did like all the reels on it and that has been up. Again, I didn't film an actual video on this because it was an older palette. So I just did like a reel and I've used it twice more. Now I've used it today and I used it a time before that. A time before that I just didn't like the look that I created. I think it was kind of, I was rushing for work. I had to get out, I had to be on time, so I couldn't get it to work. And then today when I was doing this look, I was like, I don't know if I like it. And this palette was always at number 2. It was always between this one and another one that even went to number 1. And then I was like, I don't know if I like it. I'm going to have to rank it. But then when all my makeup is on and when everything is done, I actually realised that I do absolutely love this palette. The mattes are not my favourite formula in this palette, which is such a shame. because like there are mattes that have ranked a little bit lower. It's just the fact that I love this colour story. I can get it to work as long as I go on with the light hands, as long as I, you know, take my time with it. So I don't think it's a very beginner friendly palette, but the shimmers in here are absolutely where the show is at. This is the Heather Austin collaboration with Adept Cosmetics, and I absolutely love this packaging. It's so beautiful. It does get very, very dirty though, as you can tell. And this is the colour story, and I just think it's beautiful. I think it is absolutely stunning. There are definitely different formulas in here with their shimmers. You do have this Austin shade down here, is very, very putty like, same as Passport. You have some smoother shimmer like multi-chromes. We have Smith, we have Scrubs. Yeah, let's just swatch a couple of these. I won't swatch Austin just because it is very, very loosely pressed and I don't want to get a load of fallout, but we'll swatch Passport, we'll swatch Smith, and I think I'll swatch Video Chat up here. This was, I used Video Chat and Smith in the first look that I created, and I mean, just look at that. Just look at the pigments. It is stunning. Oh God, that is amazing. And there we go. I mean, just look at these. Absolutely out of this world. Beautiful. I hope that my camera is picking up those shifts. Shits, not shifts. Shifts, not shit. But yeah, I honestly, it is such a beautiful palette. It is a shame you have to go in. Like, the one that I have the most problems with is the shade Atlas. I have used this today to blend out the shade Magnolia. It's very, very pigmented. That is what I've realised. Obviously, I purchased the Arrow palette and I had absolutely no problems blending out those shadows. And then I noticed that a lot of people say that their mattes have definitely changed, and I would 100% agree with that, using that one against this one. But I think they will pair absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to use them together. Yeah, it is a stunning, stunning palette, and it had to come up in number 2 just because I flipping love it. It's coming in at number 1. You've probably already guessed it because everyone knows I bought the whole collection. It is the Sea Talk palette from Lauren May Beauty and Olden's Eye. I have used this palette about 3, 4, 5 times over March, and I just cannot put it down. This neutral quad right here is beautiful, like beautiful. This shade Dolphin Tail is so unusual. I have nothing like this in my collection. I've got no problems with this at all. I do apologise for the children's toys in the background. Just no problems with this at all. Let's just swatch some of these shimmers. These palettes are not going to be around forever, you guys, and if this is a colour story that speaks to you, then I would 100% recommend it. That is just, oh, it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. Just look how stunning. Oh God, just look at them. Just look. Just appreciate the beautifulness of this palette. So that's the 4 shimmers. Which one am I missing? I'm missing Electric Kelp. Let's swatch that one. Sea Spray and Ocean Jewel. Again, like, just, oh, I just can't get over it. Just can't get over it. Those are the 3 other ones. You know, that is just, it's beautiful. I have nothing bad to say about this palette. Every look that I've created, I have 100% loved. I love going in and like using this as a crease shade, and then going in and deepening up my crease shade with the blue, even deepening it up with the shade Driftwood. Like, I might as well just swatch the whole damn palette for you, hadn't I? So there's only 3 shades left. I mean, I've already done all swatches and stuff on all of these palettes. My arm is now going to be, should we do like this? If you haven't watched my video, 100% go and check it out, because swatches don't do it justice. Hope that you have caught all of that, because it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. 10 out of 10. I'm going to be reaching for this a lot. I feel like it might come up in future videos, because as I said, I'm going to be like reaching for some of my older palettes, and if I've used them more than twice in a month, I'll rank them in this video. Because I just want to get some use out of my older palettes, to be quite honest. I did use Bronze Seduction this month, my Pat McGrath one, but I only used it once, so it didn't make it to the ranking, unfortunately. But we all know that would rank very high. And that is it, you guys. I hope that you have enjoyed these videos. I absolutely love ranking my palettes that I've tried throughout the month. I will be sure to see you all very, very soon in the next one. Bye.